Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. This morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Maryville's Top Mortgage Company. We're talking about Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can give them a call today at 865-238-7500 or visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. Jerry and her expert team are ready to help you out 7 days a week, and they can help you out above and beyond the state of Tennessee. So really, a great mortgage company right there in our own backyard. Again, Maryville's Top Mortgage Company here. All right, happy Friday, everybody. Sure hope you had a great day yesterday. It was a hot one. Did you happen to get outside much at all during the day? If you did, you definitely felt the heat. We've got a gorgeous sunrise taking shape here this morning. A little bit of river and lake fog, and that's about the extent of it. I know I'm not wearing orange this morning. I don't really have, besides the orange suit, I really don't have a lot of orange, unless it's a t-shirt. Although I did order myself, just like you could, an orange East Tennessee Weather t-shirt from the East Tennessee Weather merch shop online at easttnweather.com. Remember, we do live forecast weather updates 7 days a week, 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. If you just want quick snippets of the forecast, your 1 Minute with Witcher is the place to be. You can get that on YouTube, online at easttnweather.com, and of course, by downloading the East Tennessee Weather app. You can scan that QR code or just go to your app store if you don't have the app and search East Tennessee Weather. But I also do a long-form version of the forecast, kind of what we're going to go through this morning, and that always lives on the app as well under the full forecast. I update that twice a day, morning and evening. So there's plenty of places to get your weather forecast every single day. Good morning, Chris. How are you this morning? We've got Linda joining us. Good morning. You've been MIA for a while. You have been MIA for a little bit. We've got Eva. Go Vols, says Julie. And she says good morning. And Krista, good morning to you. There we go, Seth. Go Vols. Not much orange. I know we need to fix that ASAP. Okay, stand by. Is this better, everybody? Is this better? All right, I'll throw it on 2 days in a row. It doesn't really match the shirt, I guess. Maybe it does a little bit. I don't know. It's probably like, okay, now you need sunglasses. And Witcher, what the heck are you wearing this morning? Happy Friday, Deborah. All right, let's get to the work with the forecast. For those of you getting ready to hit the road, I want to take you outside and show you, again, a live view from our Anakeesta camera. Why is that not going? There we go. Maybe. There it is. All right, that's a live look outside. Beautiful. What a gorgeous start to the day. Is that not just gorgeous? What a beautiful weekend. If you want to beat this late summer heat, you got to head up to the higher elevations. You like that, Seth? Julie's like, yes. There it is, Ruth. All right, let's... Let's talk about the forecast here. Yesterday, we made it to 85 degrees. I always like to keep you in check. Let's check in on what I was forecasting. I was forecasting 86. So not too bad, but that is above that average high of 82 for this time of the year. 83 in Crossville, 89 in Chattanooga. So Chattanooga, 5 degrees warmer than your seasonal average and 3 degrees warmer than your seasonal average in the Tri-Cities area as well. Got to get my clicker over here. All right, let's just highlight the weekend forecast. First things first, average high 82. We're going to be in the mid to upper 80s today, tomorrow, Sunday. Now, we do have a few more clouds expected throughout the upcoming weekend and a slight chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. And if you noticed the wording on the post and live this morning, there potentially could be a much needed and hopefully from you a much welcome pattern change. I'm going to be walking you through that forecast, the long form. So strap in, grab yourself a cup of coffee. And if you ordered the East Tennessee Weather cups yet, mugs, if not, those are on the merch shop as well. And I've got hoodies. It is the season for hoodie season, right? So make sure you check those out as well. All right, when you look at the upper level energy, we don't have a lot of energy here locally. Most of it's going to be across the upper Midwest, the Great Plains. That's where that ball of energy, the low pressure system is. But notice right there in East Tennessee that we do have just a little bit of energy throughout the day today. Let me just zoom in here for you. So see all these little pieces of energy, not much throughout the day today. Most of that activity will stay in the mountains, but then tomorrow we could see some of that drift into the valley. And I think that's going to be the thing that we have to watch for if you're heading off to the football game, if you have outdoor events or plans, soccer games, practices, just doing housework. Watch out for a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms. I'm not too terribly confident that they will drift off the mountains into the valley, but I think we have a better chance tomorrow than what we will see today. Here's the big picture. Cold front stays off to our west, does not push into our area. Partly cloudy skies today. Overnight tonight, quiet and clear. That's going to be a great start to our Saturday morning. And then through the day on Saturday, you can see a little blossom of showers and thunderstorms developing. And then getting into our Sunday, probably not much activity expected. When you look at your rainfall forecast through Sunday night, we'll see a little bit of elevated opportunities at this point of the game for some rain chances across the Appalachian region. Most of the rain chances back to our west and northwest. So this takes us through Sunday. This just kind of gives us an idea. Now, this is just one model guidance from my in-house forecast model. This is not the ensembles. The ensembles takes a bunch of models and says, okay, let's see what this is painting, how this is painting a picture. The ensembles are not painting a picture really for showers and thunderstorms in the valley. That's why I said most of it's going to be across the mountains, some across the plateau, and maybe an isolated storm or two in the valley. And I think the best chance would be tomorrow. This kind of tells the story. This takes us through Sunday. This is from the Weather Prediction Center. So kind of coinciding with that better opportunity of rain across the mountains of East Tennessee. But remember, I said there potentially could be a pattern change on the way. This takes us through next Friday, a week's worth of rain. And this will likely start to pick up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday of next week. Could we see 1 to maybe 2 inches of rainfall by next Friday? If we do, you've got to welcome it, especially the end of September heading into the driest month of the year. So when you look at the day parts of rain chances, I'm going 10% today, 20 tomorrow, 10% on Monday. The 10% is just a CYB. We do have a chance for a few isolated storms across the mountains, but everybody else will be on the dry side. And then increasing those rain chances Monday a little bit, not really Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will likely bump those up. Depending on how this all plays out here over the next few days. There's a lot of discrepancies with the models. The European has a big low-pressure system forming and kind of sticking around, which would elevate those rain chances and give us the cloudier and cooler conditions. But the American model, the GFS, is not really painting the same picture. So we need to see these models come into agreement to have a better understanding of how the forecast is going to be playing out. However, your 6 to 10 day outlook. So towards the end of the 7-day forecast and a little bit above and beyond that, the Weather Prediction Center is now painting a little bit of a elevated probability for seeing some elevated rain chances. And that may continue. Probability goes down a little bit the end of the month and the start of October, but definitely something to keep an eye on that we could see some more rain. And I just wanted to have fun with this morning. This is your 15-day rainfall outlook. Now, I'm not going to put numbers on there. You can see in the legend on the top right-hand side of the screen, potentially 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 15 days. Now, not today, not tomorrow, not Sunday, really not Monday, and probably not Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and 15 days out, we potentially could see a little bit more rain. So we'll see how this all plays out, but this, again, would be a much-needed rainfall event if we could get it. So upper 80s today and tomorrow, pushing close to 90, if not over 90 degrees across the Southern Valley. We're going to be in the mid-80s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday will start to come down a little bit because we'll have increasing clouds. I have been trending, well, those temperatures have been trending up a little bit. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I've trended those temperatures up just about a degree or so, letting me know that, okay, are we trending upwards? Are we trending downwards? Are we just going to trend about average or slightly above average? Really, I mean, that's an above average forecast. And fall, the first day of fall officially arrives on Monday. And, well, it's going to be a warm start to fall. Yeah. So, and even above and beyond the 7-day forecast, 6 to 10 day outlook. And then you're looking at your 10 to 15, 6 to 10. And anyways, your the 2-week outlook. What am I trying to say here, Witcher? What am I trying to say? Your 2-week outlook, we could be trending above average when it comes to rainfall. So that's really going to be the story. Above average temperatures likely the case. Above average rainfall potentially could be moving its way on in. Have I blinded you yet? Do you need your sunglasses? Lisa says, let's go Vols. There we go. Good morning. You celebrated your 14th anniversary yesterday. Yay. Happy anniversary to you. Had a Mexican food lunch with the kids while the kids were in school. And Felicia, as a parent, from one parent to the next, lunch dates are seriously some of the best dates. Because you get a chance to go to lunch and sit down and have a conversation without being interrupted by the kids. Not that they, not a nuisance per se. They just they're interrupters. They're either lollygaggers, procrastinators, or interrupters. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? It's your birthday and I'm going to horse camping. That sounds amazing. What's up, Tina? Happy birthday to you. Well, guess what? You just kicked us into the national holidays, which by the way, we celebrate birthdays and events. We'll take you outside real quick and show you once again a live look. This is in Anderson County, downtown Clinton. Not nearly as foggy as it has been over the last couple of days, although yesterday wasn't. The day before really was. A little bit of fog. That's Aspire Park, by the way, on the far right-hand side of the screen. All right, national holidays for the day today. All right, here we go. It's September 19th, so we're celebrating birthdays and events. Again, happy birthday to Tina this morning. Everyone give Tina a big shout-out this morning. Happy birthday, Tina. Let's see. We'll get to those pictures here in a little bit, Seth. I won't forget pictures today. We've got national holidays. We've got historical weather events and history across the world coming up, along with Witcher's Pictures. Thanks, Shanna Marie. Probably brighten you out a little bit. All right, here we go. So it's National Love Your Lunch Day. Do you love your lunch? Did you pack a good lunch today before work? My son was actually talking to me about his lunch. He's like, Dad, I'm kind of getting tired of the school lunches. And while they're good and all, I think I need a change. And he goes, all my friends are bringing like healthy lunches. I said, well, great. I'm all for you bringing a healthy lunch to school. What does that mean? Well, they just have like all this organic stuff. And I was like, okay, well, we can go grocery shopping this weekend. And if you want something other than what you've been getting, you got to come to the grocery store with us. Right? It's National Butterscotch Pudding Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. I love butterscotch, and I love me some butterscotch pudding. Arr, matey. It's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Give me your best pirate right now. Go. Come on, I don't hear you. And it's National POW MIA Recognition Day. We'll give a big shout out to that for sure. All right, let's go through some weather history, shall we? So here's some weather history. Now I made it bigger so you could actually see what's going on. Let's see if I can get that to clear up a little bit. Come on. Push that button there. Well, it was working earlier. Now it's off screen a little bit. It was not off screen a little bit ago, but anyways, we can fix it real quick so you can see. There we go. We'll just do this. Boop. There you go. Now you can see it. All right. So you can read along with me. In 1989, showers and thunderstorms produced heavy rain in middle and northern Atlantic coastline region, Cape Hatteras. Got over 3.5 inches of rainfall in just 3 hours. Syracuse, New York, over 7.5 inches, 7.75 inch actually. A record for the date. And New Jersey picked up an all-time record of over almost 3.5 inches of rain. In 1988, thunderstorms developing along a fast-moving cold front produced severe weather in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. 8 tornadoes were reported, including 5 in Indiana, and wind gusts of upwards of 74 miles per hour. In 1987, cool autumn-like weather invaded the Central Rockies. I can feel it right now. Temperatures dipped into the 30s and 40s with readings in the teens and 20s in the higher elevations. And Gunnison, one of the colder spots of Colorado, typically all winter long, had a morning low temperature of 15 degrees. My dad went to Western State in Gunnison, Colorado. So did my older brother. All right, 1967, Hurricane Ballou deluged. Hurricane Ballou brought a lot of rainfall in Brownsville, Texas, over 12 inches of rain in just 24 hours, establishing a record for that location. And in 1947, the eye of the hurricane passed directly over New Orleans, and the barometric pressure dipped to 28.61 inches of mercury. The hurricane killed 51 people and caused $110 million in damage. And now we talk about history across the world. See, I tried to make this a little bit bigger so you could see it. That is not bigger. This is bigger, though. Right there. There we go. All right. In we start closer to our current time, then we go back in time. In 1983, the final episode of MASH was aired on CBS on this date in history. In 1970, The Mary Tyler Moore Show premiered on CBS. Did you watch that one? In 1958, Elvis Presley left a Brooklyn naval base to sail to Germany to be with his Army unit. That was Elvis Presley. In 1957, the U.S. conducted its first underground nuclear test. The test took place in the Nevada desert. And in 1893, in New Zealand, the Electoral Act of 1893 was consented to giving all women in New Zealand the right to vote. That was in 1893. Not bad. Ooh, the sun is creeping up. Here we are. How about that? Isn't that gorgeous? I love the East Tennessee weather cameras. Did you happen to see the East Tennessee weather camera live last night on Facebook? It was such a nice sunset. I thought, why not? Let's go live, shall we? Ooh, Elaine Ombre is out doing herself. Actually, we're going to do this. Oops. Let's get this on screen again. This is Elaine Ombre, but from behind the lens. She sends a lot of photos through Witcher's Pictures. How gorgeous is that? That, my friends, I want to go there. This is from Carver's Apple Orchard, Cosby, Tennessee. One place I've never been camping, and I really want to go camping in Cosby. I don't know why I've never been camping there. Sometimes we think of other places like, the national park and whatnot. Let's see. Autopilot posted this on Witcher's Pictures. It's probably going to be sideways. We'll fix it. Don't worry about it. It is sideways. If you shoot them horizontally, for some reason, I don't know why they do this. But how cool is that shot? Otto says on this one, which is probably similar to the picture I took yesterday, the moon and Venus this morning. So the moon and Venus this morning. I took a picture this morning as well. So did Karen Ward of the moon and Venus. And that's also sideways. How about that? That's a great shot. And then I have to give Julie a big shout out. How about this? She ordered some merch from the East Tennessee Weather website, from the merch shop, and she's like, that was quick. That came fast. How fast did it take, Julie? Put it in the chat. Let us know. How fast? If you order merch from East Tennessee Weather website, you can get all different kinds of colors, shapes, and sizes. We've got sweatshirts, and I can show you what that looks like later if you're interested. But Julie, thanks for helping the platform out and celebrating and recognizing and helping, of course, on a daily East Tennessee weather. She is a godsend for sure. Got a gorgeous sunrise, a little bit of fog along the rivers and lakes. Other than that, no big deals this morning. Anybody still getting out on the water? This weekend should be a good weekend to still get out on the lake. So if you're going to be heading off to the lake, should be a perfect weekend to do so. There we go. Cheryl likes butterscotch pudding. All right, I need to see a video of this, my friend. I need to see a video of that. Yeah, our matey, it is the Fat Man Outdoors. What's up, buddy? How are you? I love that folks are joining me on Instagram. That's great. It's been a long time, but now we're broadcasting live on Instagram. So happy birthday to everybody. It's Teresa's birthday. Happy birthday, Teresa. I sure hope you have a great day today. What are your plans for the day today? Do you have any good plans today? Hopefully you do have some good plans. Hey, I just wanted to keep you up in check. Again, I want to highlight the fact that if you, and I highlighted this at the beginning of the forecast, but listen, if you want a long version, expanded forecast of why the weather is going to be the way it is, make sure you check that out on the East Tennessee Weather app, online at easttnweather.com, or YouTube. Of course, it's always on the 24-hour weather channel as well. So I show the big picture weather pattern, talk about why the weather is going to be changing, show you your 7-day forecast. What I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm going to be updating that twice a day. So in the morning, it should be updated right around 6 o'clock in the morning, and we'll do it again at 6 o'clock at night. What we're also going to do is 1 Minute with Witcher, which is currently updated, is also going to be updated twice on the East Tennessee Weather app. When the weather's mundane and quiet, when it's active, you're going to get a lot more updates, of course, with the 1 Minute with Witcher, because that's where you need to go to get quick snippets of weather information. But if you want the big picture, you got to come check out the full forecast on the app and online at easttnweather.com. I've been trying to really throw stuff at the wall, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. What do you want? What social media is allowing me to do and not allowing me to do, not just for you and to get the information out, but of course for my local sponsors. And Trying to throw stuff at the wall constantly is a tough thing to do to see what sticks. But that's what you got to do as an entrepreneur, and that's what I've been doing. So what I think works best right now is putting that on the app and online and on the website and everything else, right? You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. But anyways, make sure you check that out on the app. Quick snippet weather forecast right there front and center called 1 Minute with Witcher. And then, of course, you've got the full expanded forecast, which, of course, you just got just now. All right, cue the music, my friends. We're wrapping up this day. You know the orange suit's coming back tomorrow, but I'll throw on an orange tie. How about that? I don't really like wearing a tie anymore. Are you good with that? Hopefully you're good with that. We've been a little bit more low-key. I don't work in the TV industry anymore. We can do our own thing. I don't need to be dressing up, right? I don't need to be wearing a suit. I got to look professional, of course. But of course. Here's a pirate joke. What's a pirate's favorite letter? It's the C. Wait. There we go. There it is. There it is, Felicia. I love it. I love the jokes. Go Big Orange, Peggy says. Amen to that, sister. And go Big Orange. Are you going to the game? Hopefully you are going to the game. Listen, it's going to be hot today. If you're going to the game, it's going to be a scorcher tomorrow. And the temperatures are only going to warm through the game. Do you have a slight chance for a stray shower? I'm not expecting a lot, but don't be caught off guard if you see an afternoon thunderstorm on Saturday. Likely not the case today or tomorrow. And maybe some very beneficial rain above and beyond or towards the end of the 7-day. Boy, that would be nice. We need the moisture terribly bad. If you're joining me on the East Tennessee Weather app and you joined in late, I will send you right back to the 24-hour weather channel, front and center on the app itself, and you'll get your forecast from yours truly. Join me tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning? Or are you going to be off tailgating and you're like, I don't care, Witcher. It's going to be hot. Well, I'll be broadcasting live at 8 o'clock Saturday and Sunday morning, so join me. In the meantime, enjoy your Friday. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow.